Hey, money making unicorn. I'm Nicole Barker, and I am your seven-figure client attraction coach. In the last year and a half, I've grown my business beyond seven figures. I'm at about 1.4 million in sales now, and it has been a wild ride, especially because just a year and a half ago, I was a bartender getting fired from not one, but motherfucking two jobs in the same month. And that catapulted my career. It moved me into a different space, and I took all those skill sets that I had built in the hospitality industry in bartender land, and I brought them over into Create Wonderworld, which is what you are now a part of. So today I'm unleashing my seven-figure pitch formula. This pitch formula is pitching with passion, and it is next level. You want to know why? Because it doesn't stab people in the pain points. You might be familiar with some of those webinars, right? They start with this big, long sob story about how awful this person's life was, and everything was so terrible, and your life is probably terrible too, and it was all of these terrible things. And we go into trauma and we stab people in the pain points, and then we pull them kicking and screaming into our programs, begging them to buy. Ugh, disgusting. When I came into the marketing scene, I said, fuck that. I'm not interested in doing those things. I want to help my clients. I want to empower them. I don't want to stab them in the pain points. I don't want to go through trauma patterns, that's for sure. I want to help people from the start without having to use narcissistic abuse patterns to get them to buy my programs. I think that shit is ridiculous. So I came up with a new way. And you may have watched my video about catalytic marketing. Well, this is the same kind of concept, is that during my pitches, I'm going to take you through that transformational journey, and I'm going to allow you to feel those feelings along with me. And I'm going to help you to see why you can believe in yourself, why you can invest in yourself, why it's not in your best interest not to believe in yourself, right? We're creating clarity for our clients and allowing them to feel their emotions in a safe space without torturing them with trauma, which is what makes my pitch formula different. So are you ready to get started? You ready to buckle up? All right, we're going to move through this really quickly. You're going to have a nice little run through down there with the pony. You got a pony down there for Pitching with Passion formula that's going to take you on a little guided journey. And so you can see where we're going to go. Got a little arrows lined up for you. But I want to go over these points a little bit more in depth. Okay, so let's get started. Ready? Take notes. You can watch this video again anytime you want. So here we go. Let's start with telling a transformational story. Now, what the hell is a transformational story? But Nicole, what's that, right? Okay, we're talking about 2 minutes. Okay, 2-minute transformational story. Not once upon a time, I was born in 1984. We're not going to start at the beginning of your life and go till now. That's not what we're doing. We're telling a transformational story that displays the fact that you do have the results that you're selling. Because cold hard facts, guys, we can't sell results that we don't motherfucking have, because that is unethical, right? Can't sell client attraction unless you have fucking clients. That's how that works, right? Okay, so what we want to do is we want to tell an aha moment. It's a teeny tiny little moment that captures the essence and the emotion, right? The emotion, because people buy with their emotions, not with their logic, right? So we want to capture that emotion and really display it for our clients, and not the emotion of pain and trauma and all the bullshit. No. The emotion of the result that you do in fact have. So you have that feeling inside of your chest, right? For instance, I know what it feels like to get onto a pitch and close $10,000. I know what it feels like to get onto a pitch and close $374,000. Okay, I know that feeling inside of my body. I can feel it in my chest, right? I can tell you so many little tiny stories about what that emotion feels like and how it's changed my life, right? So I want to pick one, not 10, just one. I want to pick one transformational story that really connects with my specific audience, whoever it is that I'm pitching to today, right? The most relevant story for them that displays the result, the feeling of the result, not just telling, but showing. Okay, a transformational story is your hook line. That's what gets people interested, and it's what builds your authority. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to follow those little arrows down, right? And we're going to look over to the unicorn message. So if you don't know what a unicorn message is, this is similar to your I help statement. But again, this is positioned in a way that's not stabbing people in the pain points, but is actually moving them into the feeling of the result. Inside of my programs, we go over in depth how we build a strategic unicorn message. But for now, you can use your I help statement, right? But we want to get rid of all that language that's really about suffering and struggle and trauma and all of that, because what we're doing through this pitch line is empowering people to believe in themselves and to take action. And that comes from a place of inspiration. So we want an inspirational message not a you're going to die if you don't buy this kind of message. Got it? Okay, there's a difference. Next, we're going to move into our program overview. And again, not this thing of breaking it down into how many calls you get and, how many days, what days of the week the calls are on, and all these like teeny tiny little specifics that nobody really cares about. People aren't buying your program because of what day the program starts on. That's not what it's about, right? We're talking about your methodology. What's different about you? What brings you into this program? Why should they choose your program over somebody else's? This signature methodology is something that sets you apart. It's your competitive edge. And so you want to have that overarching overview. And again, very short, right? This isn't like start to finish. I'm not going to describe all of the modules in your program. We're not doing any of that. It is just a short and concise program overview that allows people to agree with your style of methodology. For example, what I told you at the beginning of this video, right, is that I don't use pain point marketing. I also don't use cold outreach, right? So I gave you some clarity about how I attract clients so that you can decide, is that for you or not? Because it doesn't have to be for you, right? You might say, you know what? No, thanks. I want to do cold outreach. I love stabbing people in the motherfucking pain points. Then my program's not for you. And that's okay because we're repelling while we're attracting. So this program overview should allow people to get on board or get the fuck off the boat, right? Make space for someone else. So short, concise, to the point, and not really broken down into the very general or the very specific things of how the program works. We want to talk about the overarching viewpoint of your signature methodology. Does that make sense? Moving on. Then we're going to help them to overcome an internal objection. Now, you may have noticed in doing sales, people have lots of objections, right? And time and money are universal objections. No one has time and no one has money, right? Okay, so we're taking those off the table. Those are not the objections that we're looking to overcome because quite honestly, we can all make that excuse. I can tell you, I don't have time for this. And you can say, I don't have the money for this, even if you do, right? The real objection is underneath there because the truth is, if you truly wanted something, if you truly understood the value and you looked at it and you said, oh my God, this would change my life, it wouldn't matter how much it costs, right? So think about like the money objection, for instance. If I told you and I was like, hey, you, I've got a beach house in Malibu. It's like worth like 5.2, right? Okay, it's worth 5.2. It's right on the beach. It's fucking glorious. But I need to unload it today for $50,000. Okay, you may not have $50,000 just chilling on the desk, right? No, maybe just not in your back pocket, right? But I bet you, if I told you I was going to sell you something that was worth $5 million for 50 grand, I bet you would find that 50 grand, right? Why? Because you understand the tangible value. So when people have a money objection, it's because they don't understand the value, or quite honestly, they don't want the results. And do you really want people in your program who don't want results? I don't. If you don't want results, this is not for you, right? Get the hell out of here. So allow that to be something that repels people, right? So we want to focus on an internal objection. And this is going to be something about the way people think and feel about themselves, right? A lot of times when people are saying, I don't have time and I don't have money, what they're really saying is, I don't believe in myself. What if I'm not good enough to get the results? What if I do all the work and it doesn't work for me? What if I'm not good enough, right? What if I don't deserve results? They have doubts inside of them. And after you've been working with your clients, your prospects, and your audience, you get to know what your client specific doubts are. From my clients, I attract a lot of people that feel like they're not good enough, okay? And that comes from the fact that I spent a lot of my life feeling like I wasn't good enough. So I have the tools to help people to get over that. So I attract a lot of people that feel that way. So I can speak to helping them overcome the internal objection of not feeling good enough. And I know that's going to resonate with my audience. Does that make sense? So you want to pick something that's specific. Don't just choose mine, choose yours based on the market research that you've done talking to your audience. Does that make sense? Now, over on the other side, we've got that external objection. Okay. And this is going to be something where like that falls in the same category as time. This might be a spousal objection, right? This might be, I had a previous coach. I tried it before. It didn't work. Right. Or this might be something where it's not like the self-doubt piece, but it's like, oh, well, there's time, or like I have a wedding next week, or I have all of these things that I have to do before I can do it. I already have an existing coach and I'm not ready for this, right? Those kind of objections. So we want to pick the one that's most specific. In my world, this external objection is, Nicole, I'm going to go get 2 more clients before I come and buy your client attraction program. The fact of the matter is that if you knew how to get clients, you wouldn't need my client attraction program, right? Okay, so that is an external objection that I can help my audience overcome by telling short stories, right? Now, moving on. Remove the fear of the unknown. This is creating clarity because we all know, right? Clarity is what converts. If the client is not clear on what you offer, if the client is not clear on the next steps, if the client has the fear of the unknown, they will not buy because they shouldn't, right? It's dangerous and scary. So what we want to do is remove this fear by giving a very clear set of instructions and telling people what's going to happen. So we're going to say, hey, here's the link. Here's the link to my program. You can go ahead and click it. And when you do, the Wonder team is going to reach out to you. We're going to get started right away. I'm going to get you into Teachable. Okay, I'm going to get you into Teachable. You get instant access to all of my content because I don't believe in drip release. Okay, you can go at your own damn pace. I love that. Action takers get motherfucking results. So then you're going to come to the call next week. The calls start on Wednesdays. You're going to come. You're going to be ready. You get into this group full of vetted unicorns where everybody feels amazing and everyone is supporting each other. You're going to take action. Okay, so see how I can do that and walk them through that onboarding process from a big viewpoint. Now, obviously, there's more that goes into the onboarding process than that, but I don't want to bog them down with a bunch of details. I want to just make them know for sure that they're going to get what they paid for, that they're going to get the results that they want, that they're going to be immediately let into the programs and they're not going to have to wait, right? So we want to clear up all of those things and give them a clear course of action, clicking the link, paying and buying in, right? Investing in yourself. And then the Wonder team will reach out. We're giving you a step-by-step that removes the fear of what happens after I push this button and spend this money? What happens? Like, what if it just goes to nowhere? We want to eliminate that fear because it is a very real fear. A lot of people have that. So we want to overcome that feeling of, I don't know what happens next. Okay. That creates self-assurance at a different level because it's safety. It's safety in knowing the next step. And we want to give that to our clients right from the get. Okay. Now, here comes the incentivization. Now, a lot of coaches will use this as the scarcity line, okay, and say things to the effect of like, there's only 10 spots left. If you don't buy this, you're going to die, right? Only failures don't buy this, right? We use a lot of that pain point language when it comes into this. But really what we can do is use an incentivization strategy that helps people to attach to the result and to see a greater value. This can be bonuses, right? So when you take action today, you get this additional bonus. When you take action today, you get, I don't know, $2,000 off the price, right? Something like that, some sort of discount. So we have the incentivization right there where people say, oh, that is a good deal. I should take action today. We want them in that feeling of like, oh, this is a smart decision for me. This is the best decision for me, right? So we can use that. Now, also, I want to bring to your attention here that this is a great place to talk about the cost of inaction, okay? Because that's really the only scarcity line that counts, right? That's really the only one that's true. It's really the only one that matters, is that when we tell people this one thing, they can't object to this, okay? The truth is, you don't have to join today. Nobody does, right? You don't have to join today. You don't have to take action. You can keep doing exactly what you've been doing this entire time and keep getting the same results. But I have a sneaking suspicion that you're watching this video today because you want different results. Would you agree? Right? Okay, so if you want different results, that requires different actions. So what different action are you going to take? Because the fact of the matter is, the longer that you sit here in inaction, the longer you stay in the same result pattern. So you don't have to buy today. But what happens if you don't? What happens if 6 months down the line, you're exactly where you are today, a year, 5 years, right? What happens when we don't take action? We don't get results, right? So when we create that clarity around inaction and time and giving up all of that momentum that they could be gaining, and that possibility of the result just drifts away, they start to feel like, oh, I don't want to lose out on this opportunity. So you're taking the challenge of a pitch and shifting it into an opportunity. And that is what allows people to really connect with the idea of the result, is that if we have a result out there and we say, okay, this is the result you want, this is the feeling that you're going to get, right? But what if you don't? People say, oh, I'm going to. It's not even I want to, I'm going to, right? That's the feeling that we want as they come into their programs, not just so they buy, but also so that they get results. What we're doing in this process is moving the goalpost forward, right? The goalpost isn't buy my thing, okay? That's not what it is. I don't want you to come into my program and buy my thing. I want you to come into my program. Buying the thing is part of coming into the program. And then I want you to get results. The goalpost is on your results, not buying my thing. Does that make sense? So we want to allow that for our clients, for them to see that what we are after is their results, not their money, right? Okay. So that gives more energetic alignment. And also, it's the damn truth. right? Because quite honestly, if a whole bunch of people come into your program and they all pay and none of them get results, are you going to get more clients? Hell no, you're not, because imposter syndrome is going to eat you the motherfuck alive. Okay, as it should, right? So it's not the goal to get people to join the program. It's the goal to get people to join the program and get results. So move that goalpost forward during your pitch and really focus on the result portion. Does that make sense? Now, up next, tease us up into the result driver. Okay, so the result driver is going to go back up to that transformational story, and whatever result you talked about in that transformational story, you want to remind them of that, because we've gone through a little maze right here, right? So we want to pull back into that feeling, that emotional feeling of the transformational story, and talk about that result, what it felt like on that day, right? And short, we're not talking about a big long story or retelling it again. We just want to remind them with a couple lines here of like, hey, can you imagine what it would feel like to get onto a single live and in 45 minutes, boom, there's 18 people into your program and you've just made 5 figures from a single pitch? Can you imagine what that would feel like? The power that comes from that? That's just reminding them of the story that you tell in the beginning. That's all. And we want to pull them back into the results, not all the minutia and the bullshit in between, right? They've overcome some objections. They feel a little bit differently about themselves. And now they're ready to be reminded of why they're here. So talk about the results, and most specifically, the feeling of the results, okay? This is not telling, it's showing, right? Now, here comes the price. Right? Okay. Now you have the option here to not give prices on pitches. Okay. And a lot of coaches don't. A lot of coaches go straight to, book a call. Okay. Book a call, do the things, we'll get onto a call, blah, blah, blah. Right. So you can do that here too. You can move into just your general CTA to book a call, or reach out in the DMs, or go through the funnel, whatever you want to do. Or you can drop the price. Let me tell you why I drop prices. I think this is important for clarity, for transparency, for full butthole transparency, okay, is that I drop prices because I don't like surprises. I'm not a big surprise person, okay? I like surprise and delight, but that's motherfucking different, right? I don't like surprises, and I don't like people feeling blindsided. I don't like people getting onto a call not knowing how much my program is, or feeling like I duped them into it or tricking. I want you to be excited to invest this money, because the truth is, when you're creating an investment opportunity for somebody, they're not paying you. That's not what it's about. They're not paying you money. They're investing in themselves, in their future, in their business, in their life, in their family, in their kids, in their motherfucking dog. They are investing. And so you're giving it an opportunity to do that. And for me, I'm not ashamed of that. I'm excited for that. I love it when people are like, I can't wait to make my payment this month, Nicole, because I'm so excited. I got all these clients and I'm excited to make my payment, right? Can I pay it off early? Like, I love that when people are excited to pay. I know that when I go and invest in myself and I buy coaching programs, I am excited to pay. Okay. I'm excited to wire that money, even when it's 55 grand. I'm excited to drop that cash because I know that's an investment into me. And I know that I get a micro result just from paying. Okay, so allow that to shift in your mind, is that we don't have to hide the price. We get to be proud of our price, because our price is part of our branding. It's part of who we are. It's part of what we stand for and what we stand against, right? So I'm giving you an opportunity to invest in yourself, not telling you you have to, or twisting the knife in those pain points so that you need to make this money happen so that you don't have a horrible life. No, this is an opportunity. And when I start treating it like that, my clients start treating it like that. See how that works? So with the price, we want to give the price lines, okay? And maybe you've got a discount going on. Maybe you're running a beta program. Maybe you've got some cool deal and you added in a bonus or something. So we want to recap what the actual offer is and go through that offer with them really quickly. Again, this is not this big, long thing, okay? It's just recapping that whole piece of your program overview and what they actually get. So Nonstop Notifications is an 8-module program. You get access for 1 year. And when you take action today, this program is just $997 a month for 12 months. Or we have the action taker discount, right? So that when you're in today, it's just, hear that word, very important, just $10,000, okay? And then we get really quiet, okay? We just close our mouths, we take a deep breath, $10,000. Give your best model face, get a little Zoolander, a little Magnum comes out, right? Okay, give it a second and let that hang, let that breathe for a minute. And then you're going to give your sign-off line. Because here's the thing, everything that you say after the price is an objection. Okay, it's something where you're justifying, where you're saying, it's $10,000 and I promise it's really good, so you should buy it, because if you don't, I'm not going to be happy. That's what they hear, right? But when you say it with complete authority, when you say it with complete self-assurance, and you feel into your little unicorn horn, right? You feel it sparkle, and you say $10,000 as an opportunity because you truly believe it is. Think about that. When you say $10,000, what I want you to put into your head is the thought of them getting results, right? Maybe a testimonial from someone that's already in your program, something like that. Put that image in there so that you can really feel it resonate throughout your entire body. And then say your sign-off line, right? Get out there and do all the wonderful things, right? Get off the live. You're done, okay? Easy, right? No, it's not easy. It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of flow pattern, and it takes a lot of development inside of you to have the self-assurance to consistently pitch and close, right? But know that when you have this skill set, it translates everywhere. This is to your podcast. This is to other people's podcasts. This is to your lives, right? This is summits. This is real live speaking opportunities in real live person, right? There's so much that goes into this. Your webinars, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, all of that. When you can create this pitch line, you can break it into different pieces. You can do 2-minute pitches. You can do 20-minute pitches, and you can pitch on a train in the rain, in a box with a box, all the things, right? And this skill set completely changes the whole game for you, because now you're not scared of the sale. Now you have a plan. Now you feel that feeling inside of you of offering something truly special that changes people's lives. And when that comes through in your pitch, there's the magic, which is exactly why I created this program. Okay, so I have a micro program that I'm offering up for you guys today. This is Pitching with Passion. We're going to take all of these components, right? Because I just gave you the formula, but there's a lot more that goes into this as far as the delivery goes, right? And as far as the practice goes, and the self-assurance and the mindset piece, which I know is not always super sexy, but this is going to give you the strategy to pitch with passion anytime you want, so that you can close clients without sales calls. You can close clients without DMs, using energetically aligned social selling practices that feel really good to you. Okay, so I have the beta coming up, right? I have the beta coming up, and that is going to be starting on January 3rd. It is a 4-week beta, and it is an intensive, because I have to tell you, in full Nicole Barker fashion, I like to move really fast. Okay, so what I need is some bomb-ass testimonials. I want people to go through this program, take that shit by storm, and motherfucking kill it, right? And be pitching with passion, no problem, really fast. So this program is for action takers, because really it's a 90-day program that I've condensed down into 30 days so that you get really fast results with this, and I get really fast testimonials, right? Full butthole transparency, right? So with that being said, this is a $5,000 program. It's a $5,000 program that I've developed start to finish. And what I'm doing is I'm running a quick band of unicorns, a little stampede of unicorns through this program as fast as possible. Okay, I want them to go fast. I want them to take action. I want them to get amazing fucking results so that they can go pitch with passion whenever the hell they want to, and be able to create those 5-figure months, right? Everyone's after those 10K months, but really we want to be able to shift those 5-figure months, those 10K months into 5-figure days, right? 5-figure months into 5-figure days is absolutely what changed my life. That's what got me to 6-figure months. And so I want to be able to share this pitch formula with you. This is going to be an intensive program. You're expected to take action. Yes, there will be homework. Yes, there will be lives showing up for real training to dig in deep and get massive results really quickly. And that's why my little unicorn friends, right? This beta program is just $997. Okay, so go ahead, take action, click that link, get on in here, get out there, do all of the wonderful things, and I will catch you in the group.